Maybe? I don't know.
We'll find out.
Let's see if that actually is there. This will be the first.
Check, check. Hello.
Holy moly!
I hear you,
Hello,
Jack.
volume. Let's fix that.
Hey, sorry. I
Nope.
figured it out. I got me.
That just means I get to actually put you back down to normal instead of a 200%. Which is always good.
For some reason, with this USB microphone, if both channels are locked together, it defaults to mute. So you have to unlock the left and right channel, or else it won't come through. And Linux, you have to go backdoor to unlock the channels.
Yes, with Linux you have to do a lot of backdoor stuff.
Yeah, it's inconvenient.
Okay.
Giggity.
Giggity giggity. And we are now officially live streaming, by the way. Hello, live streamers!
Ooh.
Yes, and this might actually stay. I might do a little editing here at the beginning, but this is on the 77th official channel, so this will be the first actual video up on the 77th combined channel. So I'm gonna paste this here, and I'm gonna go over here, and
I'm gonna need that link.
Discord. It's in the peanut gallery.
Above where you asked about your audio.
I'm gonna need that with a little less attitude.
God is attitude and bubblegum.
Hosting the live stream of the.
I'm not responsible for the things that happened before I was here.
Live stream. Mumbo jumbo, you're AFK. I'm gonna take that mustache away. Mumbo jumbo, you're AFK. I'm gonna take the mustache away. Live now. There we go. Okay. I've done all I can at this point. And hopefully I fixed all the audio settings. I fixed all of the video settings, so it shouldn't constantly be yelling at me about how I'm dropping tons and tons of frames, although I'm already at 59 drop frames. Are you serious? Serious? Oh, man. 1%. Got some iced tea for the cocktail hour. Anyone have some delicious beverages? No? Just me?
Water.
Water. It's not jig water, is it?
With a little bit of colloidal silver in it.
Okay, so let's see here. Oh, wait.
Whiskey
Silver?
and Dr. Pepper here.
I had Indian food and then Carvel ice cream, so I didn't want to risk adding any other volatile substances to my stomach for fear of results. Okay, give it just a couple more minutes here. Then I think we'll start in like 3.5 minutes. Let's say 3.5 minutes. That's good. Right? Maybe. Hey, we're down to 0.8. Oh, 0.7 frames percent. Yay. It looks like it's stabilized. Huzzah. Okay. And starting in... And yes, that showed up properly. Yay. Not home, sorry. There's almost no internet here. Aww. Fled Potato can't join us this week. No potatoes for you. Okay, it looks like it's another solo session for the headlines. From just your friendly neighborhood Tazel, coming in from the Tazelverse Studios. So, both of us cracked up, absolutely cracked up, when we were reading the transcript log, and we at the same point where it's like Parrot on the shoulder says woof. Oh, they cracked me because I constantly am doing this. Granted, you have
Putting in and out, by the way, Dazel.
Pardon?
For me.
Your wedding?
Your audio.
My audio.
For a few seconds, and then it cuts off.
You know what? I bet I... Okay, how about now? Is that better? 1,
Yes.
2, 3.
I heard
4,
all 1, 2,
5,
3.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good.
I blame my internet, but it's a little domo arigato on my end, but it's functional.
It's Domo, or it is. Okay. Yo, mate, are you hearing me going robotic or silencing or such?
Little like tones like in the beginning and end of when you start talking. But for the most part, you sound normal.
Okay. I mean, you guys all sound normal on my side. But then my upload speed's only like 5, so right now I'm sending my audio out plus doing a YouTube stream. Plus, you know, whatever my daughter and wife are doing. Granted, they should be downloading content and watching videos and such, not necessarily taking too much of the upload bandwidth, but... Whatever. Sounds fine to me with just no network connection. Okay. Okay, we'll go from that then. Okay, then I will start this up. I'll hit the button over here in order to start the audio recording. Okay, the audio recording has now begun. And I'll shrink this down just ever so a little bit. There we go. Okay, so we're going to do something a little bit different this time. I'm actually going to try a whole fun facts. I've been collecting them. I was inspired by the Spike Beers fun fact trivia thing. So at the beginning of these, we'll have some fun facts. So we'll see how this goes.
Just checked over the stream, and audio on the stream sounds fantastic. So
okay.
Whatever we're experiencing is on our ends. So everything's good on that end.
Excellent. And they should be able to hear you guys just fine as well. So, yay. Huzzah. Splendid. Okay, anyway. Minecraft, did you know? An egg has a couple of possible outcomes when broken. It has a 1 in 8 chance to hatch a baby chicken. However, there's an additional 1 in 32 chance it will spawn 3 additional chickens. That means there's a 1 in 256 chance to hatch 4 chickens at once.
It's Friday night, and that can mean only one thing. You're tuned in to the 77th Combine's Cocktail Hour. A weekly show from your favorite Minecraft Bedrock Edition realm, the 77th Combine. We'll discuss current events on the realm, take a look at the latest news from Mojang and have a grand old time with your favorite players from the realm.
So, yeah.
And now, your host. Don't let his tongue-tiedness fool you. He really is a semi-decent
Where
player.
else are you
It's
advertising
J.R.
the
Tazel.
YouTube stream?
And now, the 77th Combine's Cocktail Hour.
And thank you, Cat Monkey Feet. This is indeed the 77th Cocktail Hour for the week of August 3rd, 2018. I am Tazel, coming in from the Tazelverse Studios. We don't have any of our standard, well, although I guess we really haven't been going too long at this point to have standard different headliners, but I believe Jericho Jack is going to be joining us for the headlines. Is that correct, Jack?
I am free and available if we need a little variety in the cocktail hour tonight.
Yeah, it's always good. It's always a little bit better if that voice you're hearing is Jericho Jack, or JJ, or Jack, or any number of names that he goes by. So yeah, it's a little bit boring when it's just myself talking, I found, but yeah, if you're able to hop in that spreadsheet, I'm sure that people will greatly appreciate not just hearing my own voice over and over and over and over and over again for the next hour or so. And it will be joined by other people later on. So yeah, you sound good for doing that? Yes?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Let's do something crazy.
Okay. Okay, so after our headlines, we will be discussing in this episode currency in game. So all the different things from emeralds to diamonds to the value of items to different mod pass to help you paying for things within realms and servers and all sorts of fun stuff. But first, here are some quick items happening around the 77th Combine.
From the 77th Combine Newsroom, this is a Cocktail Hour special report.
We have one new member that went through the application process this week. Please welcome Fled Potato to the realm. He was actually the one that gave us the topic for last week. Additionally, we have two hopefuls currently in band. James Elliott Gamer is still going through Phase 2. Along with him, check out the New Year's post from Furry Feathers 66. Definitely keep chatting, stay involved, and asking those questions so we can make sure that we are both a good fit. This would be you now. There you go. Jack, you still there?
Sorry, hit the wrong button on my push to talk.
That helps.
That's right. Rave goodbye to Season 2. Redstonia will be returning to this weekend to the special events realm. If you want to check out Season 2, you still have a few more hours before it gets replaced on Sunday. We're going to be looking at updating other seasons as time goes on, but for right now, we'll be heading back to everyone's favorite Redstone testing ground.
Yep, so enjoy the Season 2. We may bring it back temporarily because I know the community realm that Minecraft does, or not the community realm, the community showcase that they do, they're looking for a realm, so we might submit some of our older seasons just for them to explore, but definitely something to look forward to. And speaking of Redstonia, I'm looking forward to that. Grumpy Cat will be adding some build palettes to the realm. These can be used to inspire you to combine building blocks together for a great look. It will range from the obvious to maybe not so obvious combination of blocks. The original idea is based on one of Exuma's that he did recently on his channel. Feel free to check out them all out, or if you have additional palettes, suggest them over to Miss Grumpy Cat.
Tag, you're it. There's a game of tag going on right now at the server. At any moment, you might find yourself slapped and have your name thrown at you. Don't worry, it's perfectly harmless. The rules, there are rules after all. If you happen to be tagged, be sure to wait for the next sunrise and find the next victim.
Yeah.
I am completely intrigued by this one. I've yet to figure out what's going on. I've heard rumors. I have yet to be slapped. So this this one, I'm impressed.
Yes, you never quite know who is it. So you always have to be a little bit cautious that the person standing next to you might all of a sudden slap you and tag you. I believe the rules are fairly similar to what's going on over at the Hermitcraft series that Garen. Garion, thank you. Was going on where you have to wait a certain amount of time. You can't get the person that just got you. All that sort of stuff. But yeah, it's a game of tag on the realm. So, Garion. I don't know. He called Zuma Exuma Void or something weird. I forget. It was quite hilarious. Anyway, so yeah, definitely check all that out. Also, check out the monthly check-in for the month of August. It's a new month, so a new check-in. For those that have not done so in last month's post, or did the handbook, and have not been seen around the realm, the ops will be reaching out to you. If they don't hear back from you in a week, you will be removed from the realm and from band.
And if you're tired of getting lost in the Nether, immediately following this broadcast, we will be kicking off the Nether Beautification Project, where we will be encouraging everyone to build out their Nether hallways and thoroughly labeling them to assist with traversing the wild red yonder. This is encouraging everyone to get their own hallways and individual areas.
Yep, I'm off with Spider and a bunch of other people, but I do have my own little tunnel that I'll be working on. I already have a build palette of glass and redstone and some other stuff going on there, so I'll be working on that as well. But anyway, that is news from the 77th. Now for some news around the Minecraft world. There have been a couple of small updates that came out this week. Java Edition got a new snapshot, 18W31A, that includes some items that are bringing it more in line with Bedrock, such as fish dropping bone meal. I'm not sure why bone meal instead of bones, but sure, whatever. And also being able to grow coral plants underwater. And that's the thin, sort of flowery ones, not the actual blocks. Bedrock also got a new beta, 1.608, that includes a number of bug fixes. Switch got a minor update to add some DLC and some bug fixes, and even Bedrock got some minor updates in order to fix some crashing issues.
And need some super cuteness to your Minecraft? Boy, does Mojang have the texture pack for you. The super cute texture pack is available now in the Minecraft Marketplace. It's got bouncing bunnies, ultra adorable unicorns, brilliant bumblebees, and burgers. Yes, burgers. Even the squid will make you squee. This texture pack comes with 15 skins to make your game cuter than ever. And wow, that was difficult to say.
That comes directly from the blog post on the super cute.
Yes,
pack.
It does.
And wow, if you guys don't read the different articles that go over at Minecraft.net, you definitely should, because it's quite hilarious when they do stuff. Even the bug reports and the updates, if you actually read through it, there's things like removed Herobrine from it. I mean, they're quite a bit of jokers over there. Quite hilarious when they post stuff. Speaking of posting stuff, end of month means Minecraft team is reviewing their favorite picks from the July 2018 marketplace. So the three that they showcased this time was Construction City. Oh, I'm switching over. That's fine. We'll just move things around. Construction City by Imageverse, a sandbox world where you can drive 8 unique vehicles and build or destroy the city. You got Zombie Apocalypse by Pixelheads, which is a survival game where you are stuck in the city overrun by a bunch of zombies and you gotta, survive. And Millionaire Mansions by Nox Crew. It's a creative build showcase in the lap of luxury. Check out all these highlighted builds over at Minecraft.net.
And curious about how the Mojang tracker works for bugs, how their priority tickets work, what the color on the bug tracker shows are.
Shoes?
Well, shoes are. Well, wonder no more. Mojang has opened up an AME for the bug trapper. It will
be active. Sorry.
It will be active till August 4th, so you still have some time to get in your questions. You'll find the link to the thread Ask Us Everything About Mojang's Bug Tracker Majora in the show notes.
Yep, so I'll include that link in there. But yeah, if you have any questions ever about, why does this bug get approval over and this one gets ignored, or, how do you define... if you ever use the bug tracker, you have questions, and they're opening up a Ask Me Anything. Ask Me Anything's been there for... Reddit's been doing them for years and years and years. And the Mojang team for bugs is... doing one up till tomorrow, so definitely check that out. Another thing to check out is the creative builds, mashups, and worlds that Mojang is showcasing over on their website. This week you can read and see Carving Dragons by Roman, multiple huge builds of highly detailed dragons in all sorts of situations. Magical Music Box by Alto. It's an intricate build of ornate skeleton music box looking thing. It's kind of cool. And City of Angels by Musical Mystery. It's part of a wider world in the realm of Allura. It's a very, very white and brightly colored city sitting on the edge of the lake. You can find all those different articles over at Minecraft.net. And that was the news from around Minecraft and the 77th. Okay, so in addition to Jack, we do have some other people that are joining us again here. So let's see. We have Captain Redbeard is there, I believe. Yo-Mate's going to be chatting as well. We have a couple other people in the Peanut Gallery. Flat Potato, and I think Miss Grumpy Cat's not muted. Is Miss Grumpy Cat joining us?
Nope.
Okay, fine. She'll just be in the peanut gallery then. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, so today's topic is all about currency. Now, this is something that always ends up. The video quality on the stream has gone down. Oh no! What happens? What is happens? That's interesting. Okay, I'll have to check that later. Interesting. I wonder if I got too loud. That's possible. Anyway, so getting back to the concept here. So, in-game, you always have some sort of currency that's happening. Now, it's either going to be something that's going to be either forced upon the players, or it's something that's just going to happen naturally. Because, everyone, especially if you're in a multiplayer world, if you want to either trade or pay for something that another player has, you sort of have to come to some sort of agreement, and the more players you have, the more intricate and standardized you sort of have to get sometimes. Now on the 77th, and I'll let everyone else here chime in a moment about what they generally think, but on the 77th we've always done diamonds as our default, just because earlier on the diamonds are harder to get a hold of, and then later on when everyone has tons of resources, everyone also tends to have tons of diamonds, and that means we can build really huge things and not have to, grind quite as much to get the things. We can just buy the things. So, okay, so let's go down the list here. Who would like to chime in first about just general thoughts about currencies in game and what they think?
Well, I guess I'll start it off,
okay,
since no one else wants to pop in. But I think diamonds are the standard realm currency across the board, unless you do a plug-in. But strictly vanilla, no plugins, no cheaty. That's kind of the basic. Everyone does diamond because you can't farm diamonds.
True.
So.
Not yet,
right there, we're well, yeah, not yet. So right there, we're in a territory where you have to earn it. Basically, you have to fight for it. You have to grind hard and get it. So at least you're working for it. I'm in a position where I like the standard currency. and I like the barter system, but I also I don't know. I like I like having a more standardized a standardized system. I like knowing a specific value. And we discussed about this back and forth on chat earlier in the week, and I guess that's kind of what's driving this conversation. I don't know. I want to know like the value of a dollar.
Okay, so we'll definitely get into that later. So you generally, your idea is diamonds are good, but you like to have some sort of fixed current. You like the idea of fixed values for things.
Yes.
Okay. So who else has any general thoughts here? Yomit, you keep going green. Are you trying to speak? I can't tell.
I can speak. General take on the whole currency thing is it really depends on what you need at the time. Like before, where people, well, like the barter system is like I don't necessarily, like someone says, I don't necessarily want diamond, and I'll trade you manual labor or some other valuable thing. Enjoy the fluid viscosity of like just
flexibility.
Fluid viscosity. It's a different word that means the exact same thing.
Viscosity?
That's a different word.
It's one of those things. A word that means fluid. It sounds fancy, but I can't pronounce it. The flexibility.
The wet flexibility.
Always having a set. Never mind.
Yeah.
I'll just drop it there.
Okay. Does anyone else want to weigh in here? Captain, not Miss Grumpy Cat, or our second NPN in the peanut continuity. Yes, the continuity. Exactly. Nope. Okay. Okay. So let's start off then with the very first currency that you're going to have in a realm. You know, getting back to sort of the fluidity that Yomade and was talking about, and I guess it goes hand in hand with what Jack's also talking about, is the barter system. So, especially in an unstructured realm where it might be you and, you know, a bunch of random people, and there's no real rules set yet at this point. You know, you're going to chat with other people and says, hey, I got a whole bunch of wood. I need iron. Can I trade you some iron for wood? And that works fairly well, but you sort of start running into the issue that Jack runs into every single season that I've known him, where he's always, and correct me if I'm wrong, you're always thinking you're either overcharging or undercharging for things.
Oh, 100%. I never know how to value anything, period. I can never put a price tag on anything. So I could have anything. I could have a beacon. I could have a spare beacon and be like, I don't know what the value of this thing is. You could offer me anything. You could offer me 10 blocks of dirt. I'd be like, I don't know. Sure, whatever. Take it.
I feel the same way about that.
Oh, that was Captain there. 64 diamonds. Apparently, it's 64 diamonds for a beacon, according to Miss Grumpy Cat. Yeah, there was a Green was looking for wings in Hermitcraft, and he's like, yeah, 24 diamonds. Sure, that sounds reasonable. I have no idea if that's good or bad, because I can't price these things. So it's not even just us that has these issues. You know, even the big guys up in YouTube land tend to have these issues as well. The problem I always have with fixed things, and we've had these conversations before, Jack, is if you start setting things in stone, I always see two problems. The first problem is over time, resource / availability changes, and what was 64 iron equals 3 stacks of wood equals those values change drastically over time, especially considering that time may even be minutes, because one person may have tons of wood and no need for iron, but needs tons of prismarine. So the value to them is constantly changing, so therefore the value to you is constantly changing. The other problem is, over time, you run into the issue that Yo was talking about a little bit before the stream, or rather on the stream, but before the recording, in that you say, "Hey, I'd like to." What was it that you used, Yo, as a problem when you start bartering or pricing things out with fixed pricing? Do you remember? About the bones?
I don't remember.
So what he was saying was
my memory doesn't go that far back.
Your buffer is already full. You were saying that if you price, say, a stack of bones for a diamond, and then someone else is pricing a stack of bone meal for a diamond, all of a sudden you can start making tons and tons of diamonds because you're buying them a diamond a bone and then selling the bone meal at 3 times that rate, and you're making a profit.
Want to know the example I gave?
Sure. What was the example you gave? I thought that was the.
It was a system. It was on a server where you could buy and sell items through a plugin, and you could buy. It was like in 64, 16 increments, but one bone was equal to about $8, and then you could sell bone meal for one bone meal. You could buy a bunch of bones, convert it to bone meal. Suddenly, you'd have free money, and then made money by reselling the exact same thing as bone meal.
Yeah, because
finding a deal on the market.
Yeah, you're finding a loophole in the pricing. So unless you do a ridiculous chart that again would constantly be changing to begin with, you would have to price every single item in the game, right? Or am I just overthinking this? Feel free to tell if I'm overthinking this.
Well, yeah, if you're looking to do it ridiculously, you would have to do it like that. Yeah, but I don't think that's necessarily the end goal. I would think I think how we're doing it works, and it's fluid, and it's efficient. As you're saying, as the value of things increase and decrease, so does how our needs change and blah 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 blah. However, I just want to know that if I put a price tag on something, I just want to know, like a stack of lanterns.
Mm-hmm.
How much is a stack of lanterns worth?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know. Like we're fixing to start up the Guardian farm here shortly. I have no idea how to price any of that stuff. Like I don't care how to put it price on for the thing. I want to know for myself. I don't care about pricing it for the community. I want to know for me at this point.
Looks like Kat's got some input here. I don't know if she's going to type it or speak
it. Which part?
You said you got Jack.
Oh yeah, of course. I was gonna back up and say we run into this problem all the time in the bookstore. Every season it's different. And the price of the books that we sell, it really, really fluctuates over the course of the season. In the beginning it's kind of high, but not everybody has a lot of resources, so we have to be careful how we price it then. And then later in the season, either nobody's bothered with villagers, so the price kind of remains high, especially when everyone's dying left and right to the end, but they have accumulated a lot of resources. Or like this season, everybody and their mom have villagers, so it's really driven the price down because of competition, which is great. It just it really depends on the season how that goes.
Yeah, I have no
The first
villagers.
time it was done, it worked great.
Yes, Yomei was the original book baron of our realm.
It went great, and then everyone started doing the exact same thing.
No. Only this season, though. We were running it. So Corn and I and Yomei have been running it for like 3 seasons now. And, well, he's been MIA most of the past 2 seasons for the bookstore.
I set it all up, and then you guys take over the whole thing, and I don't know what you all are doing with all the prices and putting stuff around because it changes.
Well, to be fair, I did steal you away for Generations for almost a full season, so.
Yeah, that did happen.
I very much still miss that. Very much.
Oh, the Generation series, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe I'll bring it back at some point here, but.
Okay, well now I feel times 2, but anyway.
Yes. Okay, so.
Wow. Okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
Nothing. I got nothing now.
Okay. Okay, so it sounds almost like in a vanilla environment at least. Really, diamonds are the way to go. If people want to barter and do other stuff, that's great because it gives flexibility. It gives some pliability to the economy. And allows for modification and such. What about servers? So Yo was talking about, and Yo more so than the rest of us, I think has come from the Java world. So he's a little bit more experienced with these sort of plugins and such. Although they do exist from Bedrock as well. They're a lot more mature on the Java side due to the fact that they can create things like, Minecraft bucks and other things like that where we have to still modify nether cores and other such things. So how does plugin currencies work, Yo? Can you fill us in on that?
The way I understand it on the servers I've played on, a lot of times how the whole plugin works is it gives everyone to have slash balance and however they program it, but mainly it's a sign and symbol and command. You can set it to have the right permissions on the server, buy unlimited resources from that sign, or sell unlimited resources, and you just lose money based on what you sell.
So you have to have a shop, or you're selling them to villagers?
You put the sign on a chest, and that chest becomes the shop. So you're linking the sign to the chest as an entity, and then anything it moves through that chest as an inventory. So it would go from your player inventory to the chest to the void if you're selling it, and then if you're true, it depends on the plugin. And then if you're selling it, it would come out of a chest to that chest to your inventory. Again, depending on the plugin. The ones we used on my Java server. It was iShop, I think it was called, or Signs Economy, or I don't know. We used a couple of different ones before we landed on one, so I can't remember exactly which one we used, but it was all through Signs. You punched it with the right click and left click, depending on buy or sell. But yeah, it was very simple, very user friendly.
Okay.
More of like the server overlords version of it, where they could make store in spawn anything.
And these were survival worlds, right? Not adventure worlds or creative worlds.
Faction servers.
Faction servers, okay. Yeah, we don't have
Mine was modded.
Yours was modded, okay.
Yeah, mine was a modded survival.
Okay. I know that so there was one I ran across, actually there were two. One of them I thought was kind of silly. They replaced gold nuggets, or gold ingots, with bitcoins, which seemed strange, but okay. Most of the other stuff I've seen is when they will modify unused things for currency, and then village, you can like sell and sell items to banker villagers, and then get stuff back from banker villagers, or something along those lines. It's not emerald based. It's usually some unique currency coin that they come up with. No? Yes? Maybe?
Yeah. Those...
It would be, for us in the 77th, in order to do a survival based, it would have to be off of villagers, and it would have to be off of an existing block. So it would have to be reskinning, let's say, the stonecutter into a currency type item,
yep.
And then it would be,
and the nether core, and there's usually one or two others that are still not being used.
And then telling the villager that it's probably diamond based, because you could farm emeralds, so it'd have to be something else.
Well, I've seen it as actual coin, so it sort of falls into your thing that you were saying, that if I sell you a stack of wood, you get X amount of value from it. And the problem again with that
I'm saying you'd have to
go ahead.
No, I'm saying you'd have to buy it initially with like diamond, so you'd have to buy your currency with diamond to start with, and then now you have your starter currency
rate, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you'd start with, 1 diamond is 1 coin, or, your 77th coin, and then you start with your value on that.
Okay. Yeah. So it sounds like you two have a lot of experience with non-diamond based currencies. Do they tend to work well? Is there problems? I mean, Yo pointed out the loophole problem, but assuming you got rid of those weird little loopholes, does
human error?
Okay.
It's the server owners that set up all the signs and shops. So if they make a miscalculation, then it can ruin the system.
Okay. Assume.
Yeah, you
have a good spreadsheet.
An economic guy.
Yes. And someone who knew how to use it and enjoyed using spreadsheets. I think we'd be good.
Who might enjoy these spreadsheets that you speak of?
Right, Kat?
Yeah.
As long as you plan for the eventualities, and as long as you have an honor and trust based system of users where you're not exploiting the system, and you have enough fail safes in place where you can't really exploit it, then that type of economy is almost fail safe.
Really? Okay. I always thought they were still a little hokey, but I don't have too much
it's something
experience.
you can't, especially if it's something you can't duplicate and replicate and copy, and like if you get the coin of the realm here is diamonds, and you get the right glitch and suddenly you're a millionaire. But
Well,
you get
could you duplicate any?
server side. Well, if you get a server side plugin, and as long as you plug in those holes, and suddenly you can't become a millionaire overnight. You have to work at it.
So the server, since it's a server-based economy, it's a valuation. Wait, are these scoreboard-based systems or like physical entity-based things?
Well, it depends. Some of the ones that we played with where you could earn, we'll call it dollars just because, it's easier to explain dollar. You could earn $1 for performing tasks around the realm or the server. So you could get a job doing landscaping. So you would do /job, and then you would go down the jobs list and do landscaper. So anytime you chop down a tree, you got X amount of dollars for every log and X amount of dollars for every leaf block you cut down.
Oh,
and
interesting.
then if you were I can't remember what profession it was, but you could get X amount of dollars for every stone block you mined and dirt block, and I mean everything you do in Minecraft you could earn money for as long as you changed profession.
Huh.
Each time you changed task, so you were constantly earning money as long as you kept up with your professions, which in itself is a pain in the butt, but it kept you on your toes and it kept you busy and it kept the game fresh, and it was
Right.
fun.
And you have
But
to do the same thing with diamonds. You have to constantly be mining diamonds. So
Exactly.
it's not too much
So I
different.
mean, it was something to keep you intrigued and on it. So it was different.
Okay. Interesting. I mean, we it's not something we necessarily do here on the 77th just because we try to be as close to survival as possible, but I can definitely see the allure of a system like that, especially once we have some of those server-side things, since, we don't at the moment. So,
True.
yeah.
Now, is the
Really, our
77th
scoreboard.
is the 77th against, let's say, modifying a nitwit, if we get a nitwit type villager, for the creation of a currency?
I'd imagine so, yeah. As soon as you're doing anything where you have to start coding things or adding plugins and such, that would be a complete change from the goal's the wrong word. Purpose, identity of the 77th? Intent, yes. The 77th is meant for, if you know how to play Minecraft, you can come onto our realm and it makes sense. You don't have to learn any plugins. You don't have to, learn how to, oh, well, you see, if you combine these blocks in this order, you get this new block that's not available at, no, we're a survival vanilla realm, we're definitely
Be
not.
realm.
Sorry, go ahead.
Straight vanilla bean ice cream.
Well, no, we're not necessarily straight vanilla bean ice cream, but we're definitely
Pretty
in the vanilla
close.
family of ice cream there. I would
Non-GMO,
Trying to say.
organic.
Yeah, special event, that would be something we might want to do in the special events realm. Yeah, we are super Kat, you missed an entire conversation on vanilla, so yeah. As was mentioned earlier in the chat log. So yeah, it wouldn't be something that we would do in the main realm. It might, I'm not even sure how we would do it in the special edition realm, because there's no real point there for currency. If, like, I could see that being used for maybe a game or something, but since we don't really live in the special edition realm, that's not something that would interfere too much. Uh-oh, cat's typing.
Done.
Dun dun dun. Because she can't talk for some reason. I don't know why. But... Oh, now she's done typing. Anyway, yeah, so...
She's playing with our emotions.
She's waiting for us to speak, and then she pulls it back. Cat would be very open to having a currency system. But yeah, something that personality changing for the 77th would have to be, it would have to be agreed by everyone in order to sort of go that route. As it is right now, as I said, we're a vanilla realm. We don't like mods. We don't like glitches. We don't like, things that make it sort of cheaty. And we'll just sort of leave it at that, because that's a whole different conversation.
Speaking of glitches, remind me to talk to you after dark.
Ooh, oh dear. Okay. Okay, so we covered valuation of currency. We're using diamonds. A lot of people tend to say, "Hey, let's use emeralds. Emeralds are super rare. You can never find emeralds." Why is that a bad idea?
I think it's a great idea. We should
farm emeralds like no tomorrow. Build a house out of emeralds. Build a mansion.
That.
Yeah, so for those that aren't necessarily really into the game or really deal with the villagers, if you have a really good villager trading system set up, you can mass produce emeralds. So yes, they are very rare to be found in the world, and the villagers use it as their default currency. But Cat's saying in an hour she can get over 1,000 emeralds, no problem. So that's.
I think if you go to youtube.com/MissGrumpyCat, there was a speed run they did on stream of where they did get about 1,000 in an hour, if I remember correctly. They did that on stream.
Yeah, she's saying Emerald Challenge was 1,000 in an hour. No problem. Okay, so that rolls out emeralds because they're so easily farmable. What about gold? Gold is a very precious metal in the real world here, so why would gold not necessarily be a good currency in game?
Because I can farm that too.
Now, farming gold isn't quite as efficient as it is in Java. So in Java, you can build, giant rings of doom in the nether ceiling, and you can, throw snowballs and, get tons and tons and tons and tons of gold. Bedrock is a little bit harder. But how would you go about farming gold in Bedrock?
It's not as efficient, but there are multiple farms you can do. There's the drowned farms. There's pigman farms based off of portals. There's drowned farms where you can clear nether perimeters and use. Now you can use turtle eggs to lure them in, and just AFK. There's multiple different ways you can lure in those type of mobs and just be in the area. You don't even have to do anything anymore, and just lure them in, and you can set up redstone smushing stations. You can do cactus stations. You can do anything. Just lure them and kill them.
Now you also forgot about one other big place where you can get gold: smelting.
Well, yeah, you can smelt dropped armor. You can work for it and go to the mesa.
Yeah,
do all the spiders.
Our favorite EV location for that.
If you can find it, though.
Yeah, we're having a lot of trouble having land in this current season. Everything seems to be ocean based. So, Thank you. No one ever wants to smelt stuff, Grumpy Cat says. Yeah,
I
that's
smelt
true.
all the things.
I try to smelt the things when I'm in the double XP farm, and it is definitely a bit of a pain.
I get yelled at for smelting all the things because somebody only wants to wear dropped armor and instead of making his own.
No idea who you're talking about.
It's Savage. Yeah, B-Sav only likes wearing dead man's clothes. So every time I burn something, he's like, dude, that had like good stuff on it. Like, dude, just make your own armor. It's not that hard.
Yeah, I'm surprised you can't turn leather armor into scraps of leather, but I'm sure it'll happen
leather
eventually.
piece blocks.
Yeah. Okay, so gold's out, emerald is out. What other special? Redstone? No.
Too valuable for other things.
Not just that. It's ridiculously There's tons of it. You have.
It would be like pennies.
Yeah, pretty much. One redstone.
It'd be like trading in pennies.
Lapis falls sort of in that same vein, although I had that darndest time to get a hold of Lapis this season. I don't know why. I just was not finding it.
I found it all.
Okay, so Secondhand's actually saying you could use emerald ore as the value. Since those are indeed fixed values. But can you find emerald ore in enough quantities to make a currency out of it?
You do, but you have to do that just to it's true.
Oh, you're really Cyloning quite a bit there, Jack.
Internet, why do you hate me?
Everyone is breaking. Oh, I'm breaking up too. Oh dear.
There we go.
Oh, yo sounds good again. Okay, so
how about now?
Yeah, you sound okay now. The internet just had a hissy fit or something. I don't know.
Okay, yeah. Extreme Hills, you can get a decent quantity of emerald, but you have to like strip mine all of the area, the whole biome, and then you got to remember to silk it all, and then you got to, I don't know. That seems like a lot of effort.
Currency,
do they come in? There's a specific area like diamonds.
Jack, you finish what you're saying, and then Yomate, you go after Jack.
Does the emerald ore come in a specific section like diamonds? Does it come in like the Y level? Diamond level is what, Y11 through 14 or whatever? Okay, Peon's diamond level. So in theory, you could strip mine emerald ore, maybe? Question mark?
Okay, while I look that up specifically, what were you saying?
I was just saying, like, if we were to set up a vanilla currency system, the best with non-farmable items that are still useful, the ores. So, like, emerald ore, iron ore, redstone ore, lapis ore, gold ore. Can't really farm the ore block as currency, and then if you needed, you could just break it or smelt it.
Okay, so you're saying like iron would be the least valuable ore, then followed by gold, and go as you went up all the way to emerald at the highest.
Gold would be like $100 bills or something.
Gotcha. Just for the record here, emeralds apparently generate between levels 4 and 32. And typically there are 0.2 emerald ores per chunk. Which is, wow. That's not a lot. Found in individual blocks rather than veins, it is encountered more commonly than gold, which has a similar range. Huh. I find a lot more gold than emeralds. Good golly. Yeah, all Mr. Roboto. Yeah, I was Yomade and Jack were breaking it for me a little bit as well. I could understand them, though. Hopefully I sound okay, because my voice connected set shows all green for me. So I'm not sure what's going on there. Okay, so ores are definitely, apparently, possibly an option, just because they are something we can't farm. It's a fixed valuation. Oh, I'm breaking up a lot. Discord might be having some issues tonight. Fortunately, we can't do too much about that. Okay, so we have that, and what else? Stream looks frozen. Stream looks frozen? Oh dear. I hope not. Let's see here. Checking. For those listening later, we do try to stream this live on YouTube on the 77th Combines YouTube channel. And yeah. Nope. Yep. Maybe. Nope. Yes. No. Yes. It says I'm still live. It's a fixed. Nope, that still appears to be live according to this. So I'm not sure what's going on there. Okay, so we talked about the possibility of ores. While we're all here, what do we think a good valuation for some of the more common things are? Let's say mid-season. So not early on when people don't have a lot of things, but later on when, you know, people have some resources, we're not in the end game. You know, so let's pick some blocks here. Let's say a stack of wood. How much do you think a stack of wood would go for?
A stack of wood?
Diamond?
Sorry, you go first, then Jack. Okay, so you're thinking a diamond for a stack, Jack?
I was saying 3 to 4 for the one stack.
3 to 4 diamonds for a one stack.
If we're talking mid-game, I don't know. It'd be almost what I'd be willing to pay, depending on how much I wanted it.
Okay, so you're saying that in fact a bulk discount works against you.
Probably.
So you're like,
I'm horrible at pricing things.
Okay, so Yomi's out of pricing.
If I want to buy something from you and you say, "Will you give me for it?" I used to try to overpay because I don't want to insult you guys by underpaying.
Okay, Kat is saying 1 diamond max here, or 64 iron for a stack of wood. So and apparently Corin also concurs. So 64 blocks of iron, or ingots for a stack of wood. So it sounds like wood is not exactly. Maybe the wood is a bad example because it's not worth a lot. Let's say a stack of sea lanterns. How much would a stack of sea lanterns or a stack of glowstone you think go for? Again, mid-season, general access sort of options. Glow is cheaper?
The 2 diamond.
Wow, 12 diamond, 3 for 16. I'm assuming that's for the sea lanterns. Sea lanterns are definitely a lot harder to get a hold of, just because you can go into the Nether and pick up tons and tons of glowstone, but getting sea lanterns is a real pain. Even crafting them is a pain sometimes. So Kat's saying a stack of lanterns would be about 8 diamonds. 3 3 for 16.
I'm just taking notes at this point.
I thought that might be a good idea here for you. Okay, so glow. It sounds like is on the same sort of level as wood. I would say glowstone would need to be. Glow would need to be more expensive than wood, no? Because wood you can just keep growing over and over in the same spot. Glowstone you have to go exploring to find. Right?
You don't always need 64 glowstone on at a time. A lot of times you might need like 16 or even half a stack, depending on how big your build is. Whereas wood, you burn through pretty quickly.
True, it depends on what we're needing. Like if I'm in a build and I need like a bunch of chests or a bunch of hoppers, you can get me for a bunch of diamonds. Like if you got a bunch of wood. So glowstone I rarely ever use unless I'm building a bunch of redstone lanterns.
Does anyone have sheep for wood? I'm looking sheep for wood here. No one gets the reference. Okay. No Settler of Catan players here. So, yeah, I just had a whole... I need to buy a whole... Do we have iron? Kat just said she just bought a ton of iron. Because I need a bunch of iron for all the hoppers in my storage system. I have plenty of trees and wood that I'm getting, but I need... Even my iron farm's not nearly keeping up with my need at this point. Okay,
I think Only is selling some.
Only selling them? Okay. Okay, so...
Oops. Sorry, Kat.
My supplier's mine. There's no Only here. Okay, so we have glowstone, more expensive than wood, but still considered fairly cheap. We have sea lanterns, which are fairly rare. Savage wants to have, leather armor be super expensive because you can dye them different colors in chat. Let's see, what else? What other things are you looking for price ranges for? Now that you have all of us here to brainstorm average season prices for objects.
So in season 4, what started me on this whole currency conversation was I wanted to know the price of ink. Because I opened the ink shop in season 4 and I wanted to charge in gold because that's back when we could still craft enchanted golden apples. And I wanted to have a bunch of enchanted golden apples for the wither fights. So I wanted to sell a bunch of ink because I was getting a bunch of ink in my squid farms. So I was going to sell the ink for gold, make the golden apples. I was going to sell the golden apples for the wither fights. I had this whole pyramid scheme worked out, and it was all based off of squids, and it was going to be awesome. So I didn't know how much to sell the ink for, but it worked out to where it was going to be like 3 or 4 ink sacks for like 2 or 3 ingots, I think it was. And I don't think I sold but a couple of stacks, and it didn't work out very well.
Right.
It was a cute shop, and it was a fun system because it was a vending machine. So you'd put it in, and then it spit it out at you, and it was, I don't know, it was clever. But it was an interesting system to get all the people's opinion on how much it was worth back then. And then now, you hear people, on what ink's worth when we have tridents and we can swim really good. And everyone's got farms that spit out fish and ink left and right. And it's almost worthless.
Well, it's also how often do you need black ink? Other than black beds and black wool for builds, I guess. Is black ink
black
used
concrete.
for anything? And black for black building blocks. Is it for anything else? Is it just a coloring thing?
Yeah, season 4 was just Ghost was buying up all the ink for Concrete.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally Ghost was my only buyer.
Yeah, so I mean that also affects your prices. If you only have one buyer, because no one else really wants it, that's gonna drive the price down, and that's also what makes making fixed prices for things kind of hard. If no one else wants it, you can have the right price for it, but if there's no demand, there's you have to lower the price for people to go, oh yeah, well, I guess I could just buy some ink and, for whatever I was doing instead of just going out to kill a couple people or squids or whatnot. Rocket Gate, yes. Yes, rockets were in high demand in season 4. Very high demand. We couldn't keep that stuff in stock because we couldn't
The
keep
rocket
gunpowder.
shop was the greatest idea.
Is there a rocket shop this season?
I think a lot of people sell them.
Oh, there is a lot of different. Okay. I can never. Well, I don't leave my base very often because I don't get to play as much as I like to play.
I know RC has some rockets in his rarities shop.
What are the prices for rockets at this point? Cat's like, wait, he does? Be right back.
I don't know, but when I see his prices, I never feel bad about pricing my fizz. Ouch.
So they're a bit pricey, are they?
I will never buy a totem from him. But if anyone else is selling a totem, let me know.
Yeah, I've never had a totem actually in game. Yeah, and I don't produce a lot of gunpowder, but I produce enough gunpowder to keep myself supplied for not ridiculous amounts, but enough to get me around and stuff. Okay, so rockets apparently are expensive still, because we can't do gunpowder, only farms and such. Let's see, anything else that we can think of? Or are we sort of getting to the end of the currency discussion? Anything that we didn't touch on that any of you guys would like to discuss?
If anyone wants to just give me currency, that's great.
Me too. I would also like some of this currency. What's
Jack is super poor, so this currency you speak of would be wonderful in my pockets.
There's a line from some Adam Sandler movie. It wasn't that 70s. It was The Wedding Singer. It's like, what do you know about money? I know I like money, and I would like more of it, please. Yes, you do. You have diamonds. See, Jack, you have tons of diamonds. Okay, so it sounds like we've pretty much covered everything here. For our vanilla realms, it sounds like diamonds are the way to go, even though they are used and can be duped and other things along that line. Modifications to be able to have server-side currency sounds amazing, but probably not something that's going to come to the 77th anytime soon. The ones that were mentioned by Jack were iShop and Signs Economy. I don't think either of those would work with Bedrock. But I know there are...
No, those were strictly Java.
Those are Java, okay. There were a couple that I ran across, as I said. Bitcoin was one of them. There was another one... Shoot, I should have written it down when I did my research before. That turned nether reactors and stone cutters and such, those unused ones, over into Minebucks for access. My guess is once we start having actual APIs available to us, we'll be able to see a lot more of these currency things and a lot easier functionality available to us. Okay, so I think that is where we're going to wrap this up here for this week. Anyone have any last words before we finish things up? Besides, you want monies? No? Okay. So a big thank you to Jericho Jack for helping out with those headlines earlier. Thank you, Jack.
Next time I'll read ahead and practice a little bit.
and you know, try to deal with my horrendous spelling and such. Thank you, Yomate, and let's see who else was chiming in. Captain Redbeard was chimed in occasionally. Miss Grumpy Cat chimed in. Secondhand Peon was in the Peon gallery. So was Feld Potato earlier on. Thanks for everyone that comments for that's been mentioning different stuff. Not the Peon gallery. The peanut gallery. The peanut gallery. You know, where people can throw peanuts from. You know, digitally. Digital peanuts. Yeah, so thanks guys for chiming in. It's always more interesting than me just talking to myself. And for those not already part of the 77th Combined but want to learn more, please check out our website at the77thcombined.com for more stories, pictures, where to watch us, and all our past season content. You can also follow us on our Twitter account at the77th Combined, chat with us in our multiplayer Minecraft Discord group, or watch our players at the official 77th Combined YouTube channel. Links to these can be found in the show notes. We look forward to your feedback. You can email us at 77thcombinedfeedback@gmail.com. We record this live weekly on Friday nights, and it's open to any member of the 77th Combined. For those of us on our live chat, we'll be continuing into the 77th After Dark voice chat. Thanks for listening, and happy crafting. And that's all she wrote. Hitting stop. Zoop. We shrink that one down. We shrink that one down there. Okay. Now to do all my fun stuff. So you guys that are still in the YouTube area here, is it? I only have 59 drop frames according to this. Anyone? Hello?
Hello.
Hello, is anyone there? Can anybody hear me?
I seen lots of frozen YouTube. I can't tell if it's on my end or if the stream is just having a hard time keeping up.
Interesting, because I'm showing... I'm still streaming. Hello, YouTube. Still streaming, and I'm seeing that I still have only dropped 59 frames, and that's what it was showing when we first started.
See, now I'm showing movement on the stream. You're moving. I can see you. You're now beating on the microphone.
Wow,
everything seems normal.
Really
well, there's the delay. Yeah, that's not abnormal. But while we were actually recording, there was like freeze frame, and it was locking up on the stream.
Freeze frame. My 80s is showing. Okay, well, I will stop the stream here.
I think it's just my internet is just janky.
I'll see here as soon as I hit stop, it'll process it, and we will see how that actually went through. Because I tweaked a whole bunch of settings here for you on the internet. So hopefully that was successful. So, okay, thanks guys. Stop in the stream.